What if I told you that one of Hollywood's most beloved actors had a childhood filled with pain and uncertainty? A boy whose father left him at a young age, who changed schools many times, and who struggled with learning difficulties, would one day become one of the world's biggest movie stars. Despite fame and fortune, he would experience heartbreaking tragedies that could have destroyed anyone. Yet he remained humble, kind, and generous. How did a boy who faced so much sadness become one of the most respected actors in the world? This is the untold and inspiring story of Keanu Reeves, the man who taught the world the meaning of strength and kindness. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Universal English. Today, we bring you an incredible story of courage, perseverance, and hope. It is the story of a man who faced loss after loss, but never stopped moving forward. His name is Keanu Reeves. Millions of people know him as the star of famous movies, but very few know the difficult journey behind his success. His life has been filled with challenges, heartbreak, and personal struggles. Yet he never allowed pain to define him. This is the untold story of Keanu Reeves, the actor who proved that kindness and strength can exist together. So sit back, relax, and join us as we discover the remarkable life of one of Hollywood's most admired stars. A child is born. Our story begins on September 2, 1964. In Beirut, Lebanon, a baby boy was born. His name was Keanu Charles Reeves. The name, Keanu, means cool breeze over the mountains in Hawaiian. His mother, Patricia, was from England, and his father, Samuel, was from Hawaii. At first, everything seemed normal. But Keanu's childhood would soon become very difficult. When he was only 3 years old, his father left the family. The little boy grew up without his father. This painful experience deeply affected him. Years later, Keanu would describe his childhood as unstable and full of change, moving from place to place. After his parents separated, Keanu and his mother moved many times. They lived in Australia, New York, and finally settled in Toronto, Canada. Because of these constant moves, Keanu attended several different schools. Making friends was not always easy. Everything around him seemed to change again and again. But these experiences also made him strong and independent. He learned to adapt to new situations and new people. Little did he know that these qualities would help him greatly in the future. Struggles at school. School was not easy for Keanu. He suffered from dyslexia, a learning difficulty that made reading and studying harder. Because of this, he often struggled in class. Some teachers thought he was not a good student. He changed schools several times, and sometimes felt different from other children. But Keanu never believed that his difficulties made him less intelligent. Instead, he focused on the things he loved. One of those things was sports. The hockey dream. As a teenager, Keanu loved playing ice hockey. He was an excellent goalkeeper. His teammates even gave him the nickname, The Wall, because he was so good at stopping the puck. For a long time, Keanu dreamed of becoming a professional hockey player. He worked hard and practiced constantly. But life had other plans. A serious injury ended his dream of becoming a professional athlete. The young man was disappointed. Once again, life had taken something away from him. Yet, this disappointment would eventually lead him toward another dream: discovering acting. After his hockey dream ended, Keanu began exploring acting. He appeared in school plays and small theater productions. To his surprise, he enjoyed performing. Acting allowed him to become different characters and tell interesting stories. For the first time, he felt that he had found something special. He decided to pursue acting seriously. This was a risky decision. The entertainment industry is extremely competitive. Success is never guaranteed. But Keanu was willing to take the chance. The beginning of a dream. In his late teens, Keanu started appearing in television commercials and small acting roles. The work was not glamorous. The pay was not high. But he was learning. Every role gave him more experience. Every audition taught him something new. Eventually, he decided to move to Hollywood. Like many young actors, he arrived with big dreams and very little certainty. The road ahead would not be easy. But the boy who had faced so many difficulties was ready for a new challenge. The young man who struggled with school and lost his dream of becoming a hockey player had discovered a new passion. He had faced uncertainty, disappointment, and change throughout his childhood. Yet he never stopped believing in himself. The difficult journey that shaped his character was only the beginning. Soon, Keanu Reeves would enter Hollywood and begin the long road toward becoming one of the world's most beloved actors. From struggling actor to Hollywood superstar. The first steps in Hollywood. When Keanu Reeves arrived in Hollywood, he was just another young actor chasing a dream. He had no famous family and no guarantee of success. Life was difficult. He attended audition after audition, hoping someone would give him an opportunity. Sometimes he got small roles. Sometimes he faced rejection. But Keanu never gave up. He believed that every small role was a chance to learn. During these early years, he worked hard to improve his acting skills. Little by little, people in the industry began to notice him. The young man from Canada was slowly making a name for himself. The first big opportunity. In the late 1980s, Keanu received his first important roles in movies. One of them was River's Edge. The film showed that he could play serious and emotional characters. Soon after, he appeared in another movie that changed his career. It was called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The movie became very popular. Audiences loved Keanu's funny and friendly character. For the first time, millions of people knew his name. Success was finally arriving. However, Keanu did not want to be known for only one type of role. He wanted to become a versatile actor. He wanted to challenge himself, proving himself. Many actors become comfortable after finding success. But Keanu wanted more. He accepted different kinds of roles. He appeared in dramas, action movies, and romantic films. Some movies succeeded. Others failed. But he continued learning. He worked with experienced actors and directors and improved with every project. People slowly realized that Keanu Reeves was much more than a comedy actor. He had talent and determination. His biggest opportunities were still waiting for him. The success of Speed. In 1994, Keanu starred in the action movie Speed. The story was exciting. A bus would explode if it slowed down. The film became a huge success around the world. Audiences loved the action and suspense. Keanu suddenly became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. His career changed overnight. The young actor who had once struggled to find work was now famous everywhere. But fame did not change him. He remained humble and kind. Friends and co-workers often said that Keanu was one of the nicest people in Hollywood. A tragic loss. While his career was improving, his personal life became difficult. One of Keanu's closest friends was actor River Phoenix. The two shared a strong friendship. In 1993, tragedy struck. River Phoenix died at the age of only 23. Keanu was deeply saddened. Losing such a close friend was heartbreaking. The tragedy reminded him that life can change very quickly. Even during his success, sadness remained a part of his life. The Matrix changes everything. In 1999, another incredible opportunity arrived. Keanu was offered the lead role in a science fiction movie called The Matrix. At first, no one knew how successful the film would become. But after its release, the movie became a worldwide sensation. Audiences were amazed by its action and special effects. Keanu's character, Neo, became one of the most famous movie heroes in history. The film made him an international superstar. Millions of people admired him. The success of The Matrix completely transformed his career. The boy who once struggled in school had become one of the most recognized actors on Earth. More heartbreak. Despite his success, Keanu's personal life was filled with sadness. In the late 1990s, he and his girlfriend were expecting a baby. The couple was excited about becoming parents. But tragedy struck once again. Their baby daughter was stillborn. The loss was devastating. The couple struggled with their grief. A short time later, their relationship ended. As if that were not enough, another heartbreaking event occurred. In 2001, his former girlfriend died in a car accident. The pain was unimaginable. Many people would have become bitter or hopeless. But Keanu continued moving forward. A man of kindness. Perhaps because of his own suffering, Keanu became known for his kindness. Many stories about his generosity began to spread. He helped people without expecting anything in return. He donated large amounts of money to charity. He quietly supported hospitals and medical research. He often treated everyone with respect, whether they were famous actors or ordinary workers. People were surprised by his humility. Despite his fame and wealth, he lived a relatively simple life. He sometimes traveled on public transportation and spent time talking with ordinary people. This made many fans admire him even more. To them, Keanu was not only a great actor, he was also a genuinely kind human being. The ups and downs of fame. Like every actor, Keanu experienced successes and failures. Some of his movies performed well. Others did not. Critics sometimes praised him, and sometimes criticized him. But he never let success make him arrogant or failure make him quit. He simply kept working. He loved acting and storytelling. For him, the journey mattered more than fame. This attitude helped him survive in an industry where many careers quickly disappear. A new beginning. By the early 2010s, some people believed Keanu's biggest successes were behind him. But life had another surprise waiting for him. A new role was about to bring him back to the top of Hollywood once again. The humble actor who had faced so much pain and loss was preparing for one of the greatest comebacks in movie history. And millions of fans around the world would soon fall in love with him all over again. The young actor who once struggled to find work had become one of Hollywood's biggest stars. But fame could not protect him from heartbreak and tragedy. Through loss and suffering, Keanu Reeves remained kind, humble, and determined. The return of a star. By the early 2010s, some people believed that Keanu Reeves' greatest years in Hollywood were over. He was still acting, but he was no longer appearing in blockbuster movies as often as before. Many actors struggle to remain successful for a long time. Hollywood changes quickly, and new stars appear every year. But Keanu never worried too much about fame. He simply continued doing what he loved. Then, an unexpected opportunity arrived. A new action movie was being developed. The movie was called John Wick. At first, very few people expected it to become a huge success. But everything was about to change. Becoming John Wick. In 2014, John Wick was released. The story was simple but emotional. John Wick was a retired assassin who had lost his wife. After the death of his beloved dog, which had been his wife's final gift to him, he returned to the dangerous world he had left behind. The movie became a surprise hit. Audiences loved the action scenes and the emotional story. They also loved Keanu's performance. Many people felt that he understood the pain and sadness of the character because he had experienced so much loss in his own life. The film became a worldwide success. Suddenly, Keanu Reeves was once again one of Hollywood's biggest stars. A remarkable comeback. The success of John Wick led to several sequels. Each movie became more popular than the last. Fans admired Keanu's dedication. Even in his 50s, he trained for months to perform difficult action scenes. He learned martial arts and practiced with weapons for hours every day. His hard work impressed both fans and fellow actors. The world celebrated his incredible comeback. The young man who had struggled through tragedy and loss had once again reached the top. But success was never the most important thing to him. For Keanu, kindness mattered much more. The kindness everyone talks about. Over the years, many stories about Keanu's generosity became famous. One story said that he gave away a large part of his earnings from the Matrix movies to support the people who worked behind the scenes. Another story described how he quietly donated money to children's hospitals. Unlike many celebrities, Keanu rarely talked about his charity work. He preferred helping people without seeking attention. There are also many stories of him helping strangers. He has been seen giving up his seat on public transportation. He has spent time talking to homeless people. He has helped workers carry heavy equipment on movie sets. These simple acts made millions of people admire him. In a world filled with fame and competition, Keanu remained humble, living a simple life. Despite being one of the world's most famous actors, Keanu has never lived like a typical celebrity. He does not show off his wealth. He often dresses simply. For many years, he preferred a quiet and private life. Friends describe him as thoughtful and respectful. He values friendship and loyalty. Perhaps the difficulties of his childhood and the tragedies of his adult life taught him an important lesson. Life is precious. Fame and money can disappear. What truly matters is how we treat other people. This philosophy has made him one of the most beloved celebrities in the world. Finding happiness again. For many years, people thought Keanu would never find happiness again after the tragedies he experienced. But life is full of surprises. In recent years, he has appeared happier and more peaceful. He has continued acting, traveling, and spending time with people he cares about. Fans around the world have celebrated seeing him smile again. His story reminds us that even after great sadness, happiness can return. Pain may leave scars, but it does not have to destroy our future. Keanu's life is proof that healing is possible. Why people love Keanu Reeves. Many actors become famous. Many actors become rich. But very few become genuinely loved by millions of people. Why do so many people admire Keanu Reeves? The answer is simple. People see him as real. He has experienced pain and loss, just like many ordinary people. Yet he remains kind. He remains humble. He never acts as if he is better than others. In a world that often celebrates success and wealth, Keanu reminds people of something much more important: compassion, respect, and kindness. Lessons from Keanu's life. What can we learn from Keanu Reeves? First, never give up after disappointment. Keanu lost his dream of becoming a hockey player, but he found a new dream. Second, pain does not have to make us bitter. Despite experiencing great tragedies, he remained kind and generous. Third, success should never change who you are. Even after becoming a global superstar, he stayed humble. And finally, always treat others with respect. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. These lessons have made Keanu an inspiration to millions of people around the world. The man behind the movies. Today, when people hear the name Keanu Reeves, they think of famous movies like The Matrix and John Wick. But behind the action hero is a man who has faced enormous challenges. A boy whose father left him. A teenager who struggled in school. A young man whose dream of becoming an athlete ended. an actor who lost close friends and loved ones. Yet through all the pain, he never stopped moving forward. He continued working. He continued helping others. And most importantly, he never lost his kindness. The story of Keanu Reeves is not only the story of a movie star. It is the story of courage, resilience, and hope. It teaches us that life is not always fair. We all face difficulties, disappointments, and heartbreak. But our struggles do not define us. What defines us is how we respond to them. Keanu Reeves chose kindness over bitterness. He chose hope over despair. And he chose to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult life became. That is why millions of people around the world admire him. Because he reminds us that true greatness is not measured by fame or money. It is measured by character. And by that measure, Keanu Reeves is truly extraordinary. Thank you for watching this inspiring story on Universal English. If you enjoyed this biography, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Keep learning, keep believing, and remember, no matter how hard life becomes, never stop moving forward. See you in the next inspiring story.